Hello everyone. Let us discuss about a few revision questions from the chapter Light Reflection and Refraction. See the first question. If an object is placed at 10 cm from a convex mirror of radius of curvature 60 cm, then find the position of the image. So object is placed at 10 cm in front of a convex mirror. No? So a convex mirror can be represented like this. Okay, its reflecting surface is bulged outwards. Object is used to keep in front of it. That is, this will be the pole of the convex mirror. Then principal axis. Then object is used to kept on this side, that is left of the pole. And by sign convention, if we measure the distances from the pole to the right, that is taken as positive. Then distances measured from the pole to the left, that is taken as negative, and distances or height or length measured above the principal axis taken as positive, and below the principal axis taken as negative. So here an object is placed at 10 cm from a convex mirror. So object distance u can be taken as minus 10 cm because object is used to keep here now in front of a convex mirror. So its object distance is measured from the pole to this distance, that is distance from the pole to this point where the object is kept in front of the mirror. So it is measured from the pole to the left hand side now. Okay, so it is taken as negative. So object distance u is equal to minus 10 cm. That minus comes from the sign conventions. Okay, now its radius of curvature is given as 60 cm. For a convex mirror, its radius of curvature is taken as positive. That is, when we extend these two ends, we will get a sphere here. Its center will be here. Then radius means from here to here now. So radius is measured from the pole to the right now. Okay, from the pole to the right, that is actually as per the sign convention, that can be taken as positive. So radius of curvature of a convex mirror, that is positive. So its radius of curvature, capital letter R, is taken as plus 60 cm. Then find the position of the image. That is, we want to find out the position of the image or image distance. Image distance or position of the image is usually represented by this letter V. So we want to find out this. So see, we have this relationship now, focal length f is equal to radius of curvature divided by 2. That is, f is equal to r by 2. By using this expression, we can find out its focal length. That is, focal length of this convex mirror as 60 cm divided by 2. 60 by 2 is what? 30 centimeters. So the focal length of this convex mirror is 30 centimeters. Okay, it is plus 30 because convex mirror, focal length of a convex mirror is positive. Now by using the mirror formula, we have 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. We want to know about the position of the image, that is v now. So I am just keeping this 1 by v here and I am taking this plus 1 by u to the other side, so that becomes minus 1 by u. So 1 by v is equal to 1 by f minus 1 by u. Okay, so 1 by v is equal to 1 by f. F is what? 30 minus 1 by u. U is what? Minus 10. This minus minus becomes plus now. So this can be written as 1 by 30 plus 1 by 10. You can do the cross multiplication here, or you can just make the denominators the same. So I am just multiplying both the numerator and denominator of the second term with the 3. So 1 into 3, 3. 10 into 3, 30. So this becomes 1 by 30 plus 3 by 30. Common denominator 30. Then 1, you just want to add the numerators. So 1 plus 3 equal to 4. So you are getting 1 by v is equal to 4 by 30. 1 by v equal to 4 by 30 no. So we want to take the reciprocal on both the sides of this equation, so that it becomes v by 1 or v equal to 30 by 4. That is 15 by 2. Okay, 2 into 2, 4. 15 into 2, 30. 15 by 2 is what? 7.5. That is, image distance or position of the image v equal to what? 7.5 centimeters. Now let us see another question. An object is placed at a distance of 10 cm in front of a concave mirror. It forms a real image which is 2 times larger than the object. Calculate the distance of image from the mirror. Okay, so it is the case for a concave mirror. Concave mirror can be represented like this. It is bulged, it is curved inwards now. This can be taken as the pole of the mirror. Then principal axis. Object is used to keep in front of the mirror, that is to the left hand side of this pole. So here object distance is given as 10 centimeter. Object distance means from the pole to the object, no? So it is measured to the left. That must be taken as negative as per the sign convention. So object distance u equal to minus 10 centimeters. Then it forms a real image 2 times larger than the object. So magnification m is equal to 2. Okay, 2 times larger than, no? So magnification m equal to 2. It forms a real image. So for a real image, its magnification will be negative. So we can write m is equal to minus 2 here. Calculate the distance of the image from the mirror. That is, we want to calculate the image distance v. Okay, so we have, by definition, we have magnification m as h dash by h. That is ratio of the size of the image to the size of the object, which is also equal to minus v by u. V is the image distance and u is the object distance. So I am taking this expression m is equal to minus v by u. Alright, so from this we can write minus v is equal to m into u, or v is equal to minus m into u. Okay, so v is equal to minus, what is m? M is minus 2 into u is minus 10. Minus into minus 2 plus 2 into minus 10. 2 into minus 10 is what? Minus 20. So v equal to minus 20 centimeters. Okay. Now let us see another question. Light enters from air to water with refractive index 1.33. That is, refractive index of water is given as 1.33. Light enters from air to water. That is, first medium is air and second medium is the water. What is the speed of light in water? That is a question. We want to find out the speed of light in water. Speed of light in air or vacuum, that is a constant. We all know that. Its value is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meters second raised to minus 1. So by using this expression, refractive index n is equal to c by v, where n is actually the refractive index of the medium. That is, here that medium is water. C is the speed of light in air, which is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meters second raised to minus 1. And V, it is the speed of light in the medium. Here the medium is water. So by using this expression n equal to c by v, we want to know about the speed of light in water. No, that is, we want to know about this v. So we can write v is equal to c by n. What is c? 3 into 10 raised to 8. What is n? Refractive index is given as 1.33. So while you are doing this calculation, 3 by 1.33, you will get 2.25 into 10 raised to 8 meters second raised to minus 1. That is, the speed of light in water is equal to what? 2.25 into 10 raised to 8 meters second raised to minus 1. Next question. Calculate the angle of incidence of light ray incident on a plastic slab of refractive index root 3 if the angle of refraction is 30 degree. We want to calculate the angle of incidence. Angle of incidence is usually represented by angle I. Then light ray, it is incident on a surface of a plastic slab. So the medium, here it is the plastic slab. Its refractive index refractive index is given as root 3. We want to find its angle of refraction, that is angle R or angle of refraction R is given as 60 degree. Okay, we want to calculate this angle of incidence. So from Snell's law we have sin I by sin R equal to a constant. That constant is the refractive index of the second medium with respect to the first medium. That can also be written as this n21 can also be written as n2 divided by n1. So here let the first medium be air. So this n1 refractive index of the first medium, that can be approximated to 1. So this ratio sin I by sin R, that becomes n2, because n2 by 1, that is n2 now, where n2 is the refractive index of that medium, that is the plastic slab here. So sin I by sin R equal to refractive index of the plastic slab is given as root 3. So sin I by sin R equal to root 3. Then sin I equal to what? Root 3 into sin R. R is given as angle of refraction. Here I have written it as 60 degree. It is 30 degree, right? Okay, angle of refraction is given as 30 degree. So R is equal to 30 degree. So root 3 into sin 30. Sin 30 is 1 by 2 now. So sine I is equal to root 3 into 1 by 2. That is sine I is equal to root 3 by 2. Okay, we have actually sine 60 is equal to root 3 by 2. So you just compare these two. Sine I equal to root 3 by 2. We have sine 60 as root 3 by 2. So what about this I? This I angle of incidence will be equal to 60 degree now. Okay, so angle of incidence I equal to 60 degree here. Next question. An object is placed 30 centimeter in front of a concave lens of focal length 30 centimeter. Find the location and nature of the image. So here we have a concave lens. Let this be its optical center. Then principal axis. Object is used to keep here. That is to the left of the optical center. So object distance. Object is placed 30 centimeter in front of a concave lens now. So object distance is actually 30 centimeters. But it is measured from the optical center to the left now. So that must be taken as negative as per the sign convention. So here object distance u is equal to minus 30 centimeters. Okay. Then its focal length, that is focal length of this concave lens is given as 30 centimeters. See, focal length of a concave lens is negative. Focal length of a convex lens is positive. Focal length of a concave lens is negative. So focal length f must be taken as minus 30 centimeters. If you are simply taking it as plus 30 centimeters, you would get a wrong answer. Okay, we have to apply, don't forget to apply sign conventions here. So as per the sign convention, focal length of a concave lens is negative. So f is equal to minus 30 centimeters. Okay, then we want to find out the location of the image. Location of the image means image distance v. Then nature of the image, erect, upside down or real, virtual, etc. Okay. See, from lens formula we have 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. First of all, we want to know about the location of the image or image distance v. So to find out v, I am just taking this minus 1 by u to this side so that it becomes plus 1 by u. So we can write 1 by v is equal to 1 by f now. F is minus 30 plus 1 by u. U is also minus 30. Okay, then common denominator minus, you can do the cross multiplication here, but we have common denominators here now. So common denominator minus 30, just add the numerators 1 plus 1, 2. Okay, so 1 by v is equal to 2 by minus 30, taking reciprocal on both the sides. So v by 1 equal to minus 30 by 2. V by 1 is v, minus 30 by 2 is what? Minus 15 centimeter. That is, the image is formed at a distance of 15 centimeter from the optical center of the lens. This negative sign actually indicates that the image is on the same side of the lens where the object is kept. Okay, that is image is in front of the lens. That is image is on the left hand side of the optical center. Okay, now by using the formula of magnification, m is equal to h dash by h for a lens. For a lens and for a mirror, m is equal to h dash by h, ratio of height of the image to the height of the object. But for a mirror, it is minus v by u. But for a lens, m is plus v by u. That is the difference. Okay, so m is equal to v by u. What is that v? Minus 15 centimeter. U, object distance is minus 30 centimeters. Minus divided by minus becomes plus. 15 by 30 becomes 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is 0.5. So we are getting magnification m as 0.5. See, this 0.5, see the number only. Okay, this number 0.5 is less than 1 no. That means image is diminished. If you are getting magnification m as 1, okay, if that number you are getting is 1, that means the image size and the object size both are the same. Here 0.5, it is less than 1. That means image is diminished. Okay, and it is plus now. 0.5 means it is plus 0.5. That plus sign indicates that image is erect and virtual. Okay. Now let us see the next question. A 5 centimeter tall object is placed perpendicular to the principal axis of a convex lens of focal length 20 centimeter. The distance of the object from the lens is 30 centimeter. Determine the position nature and size of the image formed. So it is a case of a convex lens. For a convex lens, its focal length is positive. Okay, so a 5 centimeter tall object, that is the size of the object, okay, or height of the object h is given as 5 centimeter. Then it is placed perpendicular to the principal axis of a convex lens of focal length 20 centimeter. So focal length f is equal to 20 centimeter. For a convex lens, its focal length is positive. So plus 20 or simply 20 centimeters. Then the distance of the object from lens is 30 centimeters. That is object distance u. Object is used to keep here now. So the object distance is measured to the left of the optical center now. So as per the sign convention, that must be taken as negative. So object distance u is equal to minus 30 centimeter here. Okay, we want to find out the focal length of the, we want to find out the position of the image formed, that is image distance v, then size or height of the image h dash and nature of the image. From lens formula, we have 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. To get v, I am just keeping this 1 by v here and I am taking this minus 1 by u to this side. So that becomes plus 1 by u here. So 1 by v equal to 1 by f plus 1 by u, which is equal to 1 by f is what? Plus 20 centimeter now, plus 1 by u is minus 30. Cross multiplication or make the denominators the same. Here I have just done the cross multiplication. 1 into minus 30 plus 1 into 20 divided by 20 into minus 30. Okay, or minus 20 into 30, both are the same now. So 1 by v equal to minus 30 plus 20 is minus 10 divided by minus 20 into 30 minus 600. 1 0 from the numerator and 1 0 from the denominator can be cancelled. So that it becomes minus by minus becomes plus. So 1 by 60. 1 by v equal to 1 by 60. So v by 1 equal to 60 by 1. That is v is equal to 60 centimeters. That is, image is formed at a distance 60 centimeter from the optical center of the convex lens. And this is plus 60 centimeters now. So the image is formed on the right hand side. Okay. Now, by using the formula of magnification, m is equal to h dash by h, which is equal to v by u for a lens. I am taking this h dash by h is equal to v by u. We want to know about the height of the image now, that is h dash. So we can write h dash is equal to v by u into h. V is 60, u minus 30, h is 5, 0 0 cancelled, 3 into 2 6, so minus 10 centimeter. So we got h dash, which is the size of the image, as minus 10 centimeter. That is, size or height of the image is 10 centimeter, and this negative sign shows that image is formed below the principal axis. Okay, if the image is formed above the principal axis, that would be taken as positive. Okay, that height would be taken as positive. If the image is formed below the principal axis, that height would be taken as negative. So here h dash is negative. That means image is formed below the principal axis. That is, image is an inverted image. Okay, now you see h is equal to height of the object is 5 centimeter. Height of the image is minus 10 centimeter. You just compare the numbers only. Okay, this is 5, this is 10. So, you can see that 10 is greater than 5 now. That is, height of the image is greater than height of the object. That means image is a magnified image. Okay, you should treat this negative sign. You should treat the sign and the number separately. Alright, so 10 is greater than 5. 10 is greater than 5, that is h dash is greater than h. That is, image is magnified. Height of the image is greater than height of the object, means image is magnified. Okay, now using this formula m equal to h dash by h, we can write h dash is minus 10 centimeter, h is 5 centimeter, centimeter cancelled. Minus 10 by 5 is what? Minus 2. So here also you should treat this sign and this number separately. Okay, you are getting magnification m as minus 2. See the number first. This 2 is greater than 1. That means image is a magnified image. Now you see the sign, it is the negative sign here. This negative sign, M is negative. This negative sign actually indicates that the image formed is real and inverted. Now let us see the next question. A convergent lens of power 4 diopter is combined with a divergent lens of power -5 diopter. Calculate the power of combination and focal length of combination. Convergent lens means convex lens, divergent lens means concave lens. Power of a convex lens is positive, power of a concave lens is negative. Focal length of a convex lens is positive, focal length of a concave lens is negative. Let F1 be the focal length of the convex lens and let P1 be the power of the convex lens. And let F2 be the focal length of the concave lens and P2 be the power of the concave lens. When two or more thin lenses are used in combination, the equivalent focal length can be written as 1 by f is equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2 plus etc. plus 1 by fn. Similarly, the equivalent power of the combination can be written as P is equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus etc. plus Pn if there are n lenses combined together. Okay, and magnification of lens in combination is M is equal to M1 into M2 into etc. into Mn. Here, P1 it is given as, that is power of the convex lens is given as, convergent lens is given as 4 diopter. And P2 which is the power of the concave lens or divergent lens is given as -5 diopter. Okay, then now using the power of combination, that formula, that is P is equal to P1 plus P2. See, P1 is 4 diopter, P2 is -5 diopter. So when we add these two, we will get -1 diopter. So power of the combination is -1 diopter. Okay, now to get the focal length of combination, we have the power of the combination now. We can make use of this formula. Power is equal to 1 by focal length. So if P represents the power of the combination, then F gives us the focal length of the combination. So we can write F is equal to 1 by P. Okay, which is equal to 1 by P is -1 diopter here. 1 diopter means what? 1 meter raised to -1. So 1 by -1 diopter means -1 into 1 meter raised to -1. So when I am taking this meter raised to -1 to the numerator, it becomes meter raised to +1 divided by -1. 1 by -1 is actually -1 meter. So F is equal to -1 meter. 1 meter is what? 100 centimeter now. So F is equal to -100 centimeters. So this is the power of the combination and this is the focal length of the combination. Now let us see the next question. You are given water, ruby and diamond. In which of these does light travel the fastest? See, refractive index of water is 1.33. Refractive index of ruby 1.71. Refractive index of diamond 2.42. Light travels the fastest in a medium having minimum optical density. That means lowest refractive index. So here, since water is the lowest or water has the lowest refractive index or minimum optical density among the three given media, speed of light will be maximum in water. Now let us see the next question. Figure shows a ray of light as it travels from medium A to medium B. Refractive index of the medium B relative to medium A is dash. This is the figure given. Angles are also marked here. This is the medium A. This is the medium B. See, light travels from here and gets refracted here. So this can be taken as the first medium. Okay, because light is coming from this first medium, entering into this interface and gets refracted in the second medium. So refraction is taking place in medium B. So this can be taken as the second medium. This can be taken as the first medium. Now from Snell's law we have sin I by sin R equal to a constant, which is the refractive index of the second medium with respect to the first medium, which is equal to N2 by N1. Where N2 is the refractive index of the second medium, N1 is the refractive index of the first medium. Here, second medium is B, no? First medium is A. So sin I by sin R equal to n to 1. This can be written as what? Second medium is B, first medium is A. So we can write sin I by sin R equal to NBA. That is refractive index of B with respect to A, or refractive index of B relative to A is equal to sin I by sin R. We want to calculate, we want to find out this now. Refractive index of B relative to A. So to use this formula sin I by sin R equal to NBA, we want to know about this I and R. What is this I? It is the angle of incidence. That is the angle between incident ray and the normal. See here, this is the incident ray, this is the normal. So angle of incidence is this. Okay, that is angle of incidence is 60 degree. R is the angle of refraction, which is the angle between refracted ray and the normal. This is the normal, this is the refracted ray. So this is the angle of refraction R, which is 45 degree. So angle of incidence I is 60 degree here and angle of refraction R is 45 degree here. So we can write the refractive index of B relative to A is equal to sin I by sin R, that is sin 60 divided by sin 45. Sin 60 root 3 by 2, sin 45 1 by root 2. Multiplication with reciprocal, so root 3 by 2 into root 2 by 1. See, this 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2, no? Root 2 into root 2 will give you 2. So root 3 by root 2 into root 2 into root 2 by 1. This root 2 and this root 2 can be cancelled. So thus we have root 3 divided by root 2 into 1. Root 2 into 1 is root 2. So NBA, that is refractive index of B relative to A is equal to root 3 by root 2. Let's see the next question. You are given water, kerosene, turpentine oil and diamond. In which of these media a ray of light incident obliquely at same angle would bend the most? See, the refractive index of water is 1.33. Refractive index of kerosene is 1.44. Refractive index of turpentine oil is 1.47. Refractive index of diamond is 2.42. Angle of incidence, it is given that ray of light incident obliquely at same angle. Okay, so angle of incidence is the same for all the given media. We want to find out in which of these media the ray of light would bend the most. So here you see diamond has the largest refractive index among the given media, no? 2.42 is greater than all these values. So it is most optically dense. Therefore, the ray of light bends the most in diamond. Let us see the next question. A ray of light is incident on a plane mirror as shown in figure. What is the angle of reflection for the above incident ray? See, here we have the plane mirror. This is the incident ray and reflector ray is also like this. Okay, why? Because as per the law of reflection, we have angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So this is the incident ray. This can be taken as the point of incidence. When we draw a line which makes an angle 90 degree with the surface, we will get the normal. So this line itself acts like a normal. So angle of incidence is the angle between incident ray and the normal. Both the incident ray and the normal, they lie along the same line. So angle of incidence is 0 here. Okay, and angle of reflection, that also would be 0, no? Because as per the law, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So here angle of incidence is 0. So angle of reflection also would be 0. Okay. Since the ray falls normally, angle I equal to 0. So angle of reflection, angle R, that also would be 0. So the ray would be reflected back along the same path. So in this video, we have discussed about a few questions which can be used for the revision of this chapter, light reflection and refraction. I hope you understood this. Thank you.